It's 9:30 in the morning on Wednesday, March 13th, 2024. So we're about halfway through March already. This is the point in time when I predicted that my grass would be, 2 feet tall and spring would be in full rush. The goal that I had at the beginning of this year was to start the cattle on the rotation when the grass was like 2 feet tall. Obviously I didn't make that goal. I think a more realistic goal next year is to plan for April 15th for the initial spring rotation and give the winter stockpile a little more time, another month to rest. And so plan out the amount of hay and how I rotate the cows and everything so that we can do that. As predicted, thankfully, number 6 brought her calf all the way here, so she's just a hop, skip, and a jump from being with the rest of the cattle. She's eager to be there. I just have to let her in. I did try to kind of, so I went down to this end and I started grabbing the reel to kind of wrap the wire around number 6 and bring her in. But what happened was all the cows came to me thinking that I was going to move them to the next row. And so I quickly put the reel back. My son is setting up the wire for the next move here. I wanted to kind of stand here to give you a comparison of what they're eating, what they've done versus what they have. So on the right here, obviously they haven't grazed here yet. And on the left, they've grazed for a whole day. This is the rotation that came in the evening. So they've been here since the evening. My goodness, that cow that just urinated has tons of milk inside of her bag. And so we'll get I think a lot of mileage out of what we have already, and I don't feel like they're overgrazing. There's lots of grass, and the grass that they've eaten already is at least 3 or 4 inches tall, so I'm pretty pleased with what they did, and they're not overeating. So my son's, he's putting up the new wire. Ramy's down there with them. And we're planning for 7 moves in this row. This is going to be the 3rd move of 7. And the grass from here on out is just going to get better. So in the eastern part of the field, down there, the grass is even taller and a deeper color green. Hey, Daniel, reel in the wire. Oh, okay. And so they're going to move into here. I wanted to film that move process. So he just set up a new cross wire. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, all right. So now he's gonna go down and he's gonna reel up this wire. And Daniel, don't forget to call him when you start reeling up the wire, okay? So this area that we're giving them, so the row is 230 feet wide. That should make 230 times 12 should get you to 2,560, which is a half mile, which is the length of my field in the north-south direction. And each cell, well, the field's 1,000 feet wide, so each cell is about 140 feet wide. That gets you to about 1,000 feet. So each move, every day we're getting like 200. What is that? Just disconnect the wire, we'll fix it later. Daniel. Yeah, we got an old dog feeder that I ran over with the tractor and ruined. Apparently the wind blew it or something, or the cow pushed it, shorted out the wire. Hey there, Red. Red's calf number 43. What a beautiful calf. So I think it was number 31. Seemed a little weak. Yeah, number 31. It's the light colored calf right there. It's a new mom, one of the white cows, so hopefully it's just temporary. So now that he has their attention, I'm going to try to get number 6 in. And I'll do it this way. I'll just flip down the wire, let her cross it, which probably isn't a good best for training them not to cross the wire, but that's what I'm going to do. Right now it's about 65 degrees, very humid, cloudy. Daniel, flip that post down. Just flip it down so number 6 can cross. There we go. There we go. All right, put it back. All right. Just like that. Okay. Now the cows are back together again. So that trick that I used actually worked. The trick was I had a single calf that was on the other side of the field, and I couldn't convince the calf to get closer to the cows. I couldn't catch the calf and rope it. So what I did is I let the mom out. I had to know who the mom was. I let the mom out. The mom pretty much went straight for the calf. It took a lot of detours, but eventually got there. And oh, look at this. This is where the crosswire was. This is what they're going to have today, and this is what they had last night. So here's another example of what they did. Obviously the cows can't get in here and eat the grass inside this old sheep pen. So the grass is going to be a little taller in there. So I think there's plenty of grass right now. I did want to let the grass get a little taller. I think it would recover a little bit quicker, but this looks fine. Back when everything was frozen, we built a fire here and we used that bucket to heat up water so we can melt the water line, get water again so we could feed the animals water. But that only happened for a couple days out of the year. This is the blanket that we used to cover the quick connect so it wouldn't freeze up again. And I think what I'm going to do is we have to get some water for the chickens. So we'll bring the side-by-side over here and get some water for the chickens in a minute, and probably clean up that blanket, clean up some of the other junk that's left over. The cows, the younger cows might not know that this is not something you should touch, because this is the only place in the field where this wire is here like this. Eventually, I do want to bury this wire using conduit, but I have other things I'd rather get done first. It's not a big deal. It's not hard to maintain. It does short occasionally, but it's just really not that big of a deal. There's my Speed Right 4600 W. I don't use the W features. I do need a better way to connect that. Probably I should build maybe just like a little house for this thing. And maybe what I can do actually is just run conduit for the extension cord to the Speed Right, or just have an extension cord just in the grass. It's probably fine. And then have it out here in the corner, but I don't want to make it too easy to steal. Those things are not cheap, you know. Why does this cow have bags? You're not supposed to be pregnant. What in the world? She's making me think that she has a calf inside of her, but she should not have been bred because she was too young. Well, that could be a disaster waiting to happen. We'll see what happens there. I was pretty sure that she was less than 8 months old when I took the bulls off of her. So I'll have to double check my records. That was number 18. All right, well, that's all I got for you guys this morning. The big goals that I have for this year's rotation is I'm going to have a lot more sheep than I had last year, and I might even buy more sheep if I can get the sheep chute working properly. But most importantly is not to overgraze, and I'm going to cut back on the number of cows as I get more sheep. I'm going to start to balance the cows. I I think I'll sell a bunch of calves this year and a couple cows, and then next year I'll sell a couple more cows, and then I should be we're balanced where I'm going to have like a 20 to 30 AUs just for cows in the long run, and the sheep will be the other half of the AUs. So right now there's about 10 AU of sheep, so I probably need to scale back to about 20 cattle, right? And rotationally graze on a 6-week rotation. If that's not working out, I'll go to like 8 or 10 weeks or something like that. And then just don't overgraze. Just make sure that I'm not moving them to an area where there's not enough grass, that when they're done with it, it's going to be too short. So I want quick recovery for the grass. So that's all I got for you guys right now this morning. Just a beautiful morning, a wonderful breeze from the south, good weather coming. Have a great day. Take care and bye-bye.